For the longest time, Todo has been seen as one of the easiest and least skilled characters in all of JJS. It wasn't until recently, though, that people's minds started to change. But despite these changes, Todo is still one of the greatest characters in the game. So let me show you how to play Todo. I'm way too cozy. Beginning with his first move, which is arguably one of the best in his kit, Swift Kick. This move is a swift kick into a rushdown grab that allows you to throw your enemy wherever you aim your camera. The initial kick has its own hitbox that is blockable, but the rushdown grab isn't blockable, so I'd say use that to your advantage. Both the kick and the grab hit grounded, by the way. But this move was actually nerfed pretty badly recently. If you miss it or hit someone who's blocking, you basically just get screwed over. I'm not sure who thought this was fair, but yeah, be careful. It's a pretty simple move, man, I'm not gonna lie. And while it might not be on the heavier side damage-wise, it sets up a ton of combo potential for later moves. Todo's second move is called Brute Force. Pretty simple, it's just a heavy-hitting block-breaking punch that hits grounded. Landing the punch will send your enemy flying, but if you miss, it'll hit them for a weaker gust of wind that does like 6 damage. That's literally it. Before I talk about Todo's third move, I want to mention his R special, Boogie Woogie. I imagine if you've seen the show, you know what this is. Clap your hands together and swap you and your opponent. There is actually so much tech with this stupid special, it's disgusting. For example, if you swap with someone and left click at the correct time after swapping, it puts the swap off cooldown, allowing you to perfect swap and reuse the swap again. Although if someone actually blocks the swap, it'll still be put on cooldown. Hear this one. If you left click before the swap activates, you can feint the swap and
confuse your enemies.
Oh, and don't worry, if you don't want to swap yourself, you can click R on one person, and while the clap winds up, click R on another person to swap 2 other people. Why does it have so many uses? One thing I'd like to mention though, when you swap yourself with someone who's ragdolled, the swap will become super quick, so you'll need to learn the timings if you want to refresh the cooldown infinitely. You can't swap with throwables, by the way. It'll do the fast swap though, so just be careful.
This is true.
You can swap without his name? Okay, one final thing with the special. You can actually feint and stop your moves by pressing R while doing them, although this will put the stop move on cooldown for a short while. Moving on, Todo's third move is called Pebble Throw. Basically, you kick the ground before throwing up a little rock and punching it forward into your enemy. On its own, the move is fairly weak. I mean, it literally does like 4 damage, which is like getting hit by a pillow. But it actually has 2 other uses. If the pebble hits an enemy, you can click R to swap and hit your enemy with a little combo. Be careful though. On its own, you aren't actually able to land this because your enemy isn't stunned long enough for it to be true. When used in combination with another move like Swift Kick though, when you throw them far away and do it, it'll actually work most of the time. I'm not exactly sure the threshold on it becoming true, but I think it has something to do with the range and the ragdoll time. Also, as of this update, landing this will put you on your 4th M1 no matter what, so I recommend uppercutting or down slamming to continue a combo. Its second use is before hitting a person. Clicking R will allow you to glide across the floor with the momentum of the pebble, which is a pretty decent movement option, but when used in tandem with Brute Force, you actually do a special kick. But if you time it right and click Brute Force again while winding up this kick, you can actually do a Black Flash that does 18 damage. It used to do 30. This dude's been through a lot. You can either land the Black Flash or use the glide to get around someone's block, stack with another move, or run. What's cool about the gliding variant though is that because of the recent Todo changes, his pebble actually lingers for a bit longer and falls to the ground, which means that you can kind of leave a checkpoint of sorts that allows you to swap to it with a little less momentum than usual to still do the glide or Black Flash. And oh my lord, if you've seen the tech that people are doing with this, then only you know the horrors. I'll get into those later though. One more hidden use for this move, which isn't as useful, but definitely can be. Landing Pebble Throw on a ragdoll enemy will immediately pull them out of their ragdoll, but it will not stun them, so be careful if you're trying to M1 extend. I recommend side dashing before doing so. Okay, that was a lot, but his 4th move is very simple, so don't worry. Elbow Drop is literally just a block breaking uppercut that sends you up with your enemy before slamming down with a heavy hit. Much like Chose's Blood Edge, if you do 4 M1s and uppercut, you can actually land this move immediately if you use it right. To be honest, that's about all for Todo's base moveset. He's got a lot of utility and truthfully, it's not very hard to use, but the recent nerfs do make it a bit worse. Next up is Todo's ultimate, but something's missing. Oh yeah. There we go. Popping Todo's ult puts your character into an imaginative state where your swaps are faster, moves are stronger, and all around are just way more versatile. Your swaps actually still get put on cooldown if you don't perfect swap though, so make sure you're still doing that. The first ultimate move, Idol's Debut, is low-key a little annoying to land. Basically, you sweep the air in front of you before launching your enemy into the air and kicking them down for a decent amount of damage. However, the range on this move is so short, it's actually weird. I really recommend using this one on someone when you're M1ing them, but if you know what you're doing, it is totally possible to catch someone, but the move is interruptible, so just be careful. Secondly, a way easier move to land is Climax Jumping. This move starts with a short interruptible of a windup before gaining iframes, lunging forward into your enemy and barraging them for crazy damage. Again, not much to say about these moves. One thing you'll actually notice is that there's nearly no combo potential for any of his ultimate moves. So a good thing to do is to swap with your enemy in between moves to confuse them and abuse the ranges to hit them. The third move is called Dreams, and is really easy to land, to be honest. It's got some wild hitboxes, man. Basically though, you punch forward 3 times, that's it. This move will send people pretty far, but this one actually will hit ragdoll people, unlike the first two. The fourth move is... There was a move that I hate most in this game. It'd be this one, man. On the surface, this move just seems like a counter, which it is. Put up your arm before swapping and landing a black flash. That does 80 damage. Alternatively, if nobody hits the counter, you still swap and leap forward to hit someone for 70 damage. Wow. Like, I kid you not, this move is genuinely so OP, it's not even funny. Hey, quick tip for anybody fighting a Todo ult, bait this move out before you fight them. It is such a quick activation time that if there's even a split second of an error in your combo, you basically just get one tap. With all that said, it is still pretty counterable. The leap forward doesn't go very far, counters are pretty easy to avoid and bait out, and all around, I don't really consider this move much of a problem. To be honest, Todo's ultimate isn't the best in the world, but it can totally shred if you know what you're doing. Moving on, let me teach you the combos and techs for his base. One thing before we start, Todo actually has a regular base health of 100, despite him being slightly bigger than other characters. For the longest time, I actually thought he had more health because he's big, but no, he doesn't. However, and this isn't objectively true, but his size will actually mess with your moves sometimes, so just be cautious of that. What? Like, dude, that's what I'm talking about! Also, his wall hops and parkour are a bit better than the other characters because of his size. Again, not super important stuff, but definitely some fun facts. Okay, there is a lot of combo potential for Todo because of his third move. You'll notice if you play Todo, nearly all of his moves have a pretty decent knockback. However, because of his third move's range, and also its ability to pull people out of ragdoll, we can almost entirely negate this. Check this out. Swift kick and pebble throw is true. Brute force and pebble throw, technically not true, but if your enemy is dumb enough, it is possible to either wait it out or land a glide to continue the M1s. Just be careful with that. Elbow drop and pebble throw can be true as long as you meet the distance requirements I talked about earlier. Here's a short little combo that I like because it's not very hard. 3 M1s, uppercut, elbow drop immediately, swift kick, pebble throw. Okay, pause for a second. Thanks to the guy in the last video that told me to do this. I did not listen. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. 3 M1s, uppercut, immediately elbow drop, swift kick into pebble throw, do the R special on it. You can literally just M1 once and then brute force. That did over half of his health bar, by the way. I'm telling you, this character is still busted. He got nerfed, but he's still so good. Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but when you swap with someone, you're also swapping the direction that you're facing. This means that while your swap winds up, you can turn around and force your enemy to be looking in a completely different direction than where they want to be, which should confuse them for long enough to let you attack them. You can also just be annoying when someone's ragdolled. Really though, you want to force people to look in different directions. I'm telling you, it will win so many fights. Earlier, I talked about how elbow drop can be landed on ragdoll people if used at the correct time. And if you've been on TikTok in the past month or two, I'm sure you've seen people do this. But it's not just with elbow drop. Try with brute force. And while this is extremely situational, it is a really cool way to show that you're good at Todo. To be honest, unlike Choso, there isn't a ton of combos and things that I can show you. Most of Todo's greatness comes from confusing people and mixing them up. Don't be predictable. Todo has giant end lag on nearly all of his moves now. You don't want to be caught missing any of them. Throw in some feints. It may not be as useful, but maybe someone won't expect it. All in all, Todo is still viable even with the nerfs. If you played him before but are afraid to now or haven't played him at all, really, give him a try because he's still such a great character. With all that said, it kind of feels like I'm missing something.
Okay, Gavin, we're gonna do a snack review. Reed, you keep doing you. All right, so on today's menu we have Cheeto fries.
Oh, Cheeto fries. Are they the spicy ones?
A cherry Pepsi, and for dessert we have
no, not even. Fuck you.
There's a slur I'd call you it.
For you specifically.
Why do you explode into a million pieces?
Fuji says you have a new vocal stim. Can I hear it?
I'm not a dairy soon.
Server ever.
I can't move. I can't move. I can't move.
What just happened? It's not rare. It's not rare. If it's read. Sorry. I'm just farming on this guy. Sorry.
What? Calvin,
Don't bite the hand that feeds you if it's moving hand.
shut your fucking mouth.
Didn't let them.
Hello?
Dude, Calvin, what are you doing?
I was playing with my cat.
Dude, kill it right now. Jesus Christ, dude, I was like screaming your name. Like, what are you doing? There's literally guys fucking murdering me in the back, and you're doing nothing.
I just let drift. Hold on.
It's like parkour. You fucking asshole. Ah!
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm lagging.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Wait.
You killed tonight.
Hokage! I wanna be Hokage someday! Stop to my I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it!
Oh shit.